Hey guys, KRX here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the ToQ Ressha EX Deno Ressha from Ressha Sentai ToQ-Oh. Now while I say this is from ToQ-Oh, this is actually only part of the ToQ-Oh toy line, as this is actually featured exclusively in the Kamen Rider Taisen movie. And let me explain. The full title for that movie is Heisei Riders vs. Showa Riders Kamen Rider Taisen featuring Super Sentai. So in the movie, the ToQ-Oh and Kyori Red come to assist the riders, and through the power of imagination, the Denliner becomes Deno Ressha, and Gabutira becomes Kyoryu Ressha. And so those two then combine with the ToQ-Oh's power to fight off some giant monster. So the Deno Ressha is composed of two cars. And let's take a look. So I'm showing off both of them at the same time because they are basically the same thing. Both are designed after Denliner Goka, though there is no notable difference between the two of them. Well, as you can see, the front part is the same for the two. For one of them, you have clips on this side, and the other has clips on the opposite side. That's because these two are simply repaints of, repaints with new color molding of blue and green Ressha with a new front piece. Additionally, because they are based on front cars, both of them have the same underside parts with the pins for the ToQ changer. So either one of these can work in the ToQ changer, and they'll do the same thing. Just to demonstrate that, you got the ToQ changer right here. Now, while this is the front car and this is the back car, I'll actually be using this one because it goes in like this, and so this way the pegs are, or rather the clips, are facing away. So, for this transformation, so using the Deno Ressha, one of the ToQ-Ohs can change into Masked Rider Deno. So then the summoning noise. And then transfer. Instead of the sounds. Now before I get to combining it with ToQ-Oh, I'm going to do one more thing. A little comparison. Both these are based off the Denliner, but specifically off the front car of the Denliner Goka, the Go Cannon. So just for a size comparison, as you can see, even the two of them linked up are still not as long as the Go Cannon itself. Taking a closer look, you can see that because of the miniaturization, a lot of the details are missing. You don't have any of the molded details on the two front lines, or two front headlights, nor any of this silver lining here. Any of these stripes on the top. It's missing a pantograph, because that's on the back cars, or rather middle and back cars, of blue and green Ressha. It still has a slope, and it even went to at least a little bit of effort to have these two white parts that bump out to the two front lights. Also has only one of the painted blue windows, and it didn't even go to the effort of painting the other windows in blue just to kind of match up and at least fill these in. Though it does have the red stripe that goes on the top. So, while these are a nice representation of the Den liner, it still doesn't compare to the actual action liner toys themselves. So, now we can bring in ToQ-Oh and Kyoryu Ressha and combine them all together. So, to prepare Kyoryu, first step, close up the doors of the head and fold it back. Remove the front car of red Ressha. Then remove the lower parts of the legs, that being blue and green Ressha. And you're ready to go. For Kyoryu Ressha, fold this down, detach this, and flip this piece around to create the head. Then take the two Den liner Resshas, have them so that the clips are facing outwards. Then flip them up like you would with blue and green Ressha, and just like with those two, there is a release lever that's right here. So you just pull it back and then fold it down to revert back to normal. So then, take these and plug them in where blue and green Ressha were. Plug Kyoryu Ressha in here to become the chest piece. Then plug the head where ToQ-Oh's head was. And there you have ToQ-Oh Kyoryu featuring Den liner. So of course you've already seen the Kyoryu Ressha in my double review of that and the Co-Busters Ressha, rather ToQ-Oh Kyoryu. But now it's got new leg parts. And the Deno Ressha is the first extra train that becomes leg parts instead of arms. So while it is neat, one of the things about it is that, as it is, normally it doesn't have a weapon. Now, in the movie, ToQ-Oh Kyoryu featuring Den liner uses Kyoryu's weapon, the Goren Judenken. So I've got that right here. And while shape is not the same, you can, with a little bit of fiddling, fit the handle for the Goren Judenken into either of ToQ-Oh's hands. Just like so. Unfortunately, if you have the arm held at an angle, it weighs down ToQ-Oh. So unless you can get just right, ToQ-Oh will fall over. Basically, to get into a pose like that, you have to have it on the edge of falling over. Just one little tap from the back could make this thing fall over. And unfortunately, because this is scaled to Kyoryu, not ToQ-Oh, it causes the weapon to be oversized. What would have been nice was if either the Kyoryu Ressha or the Deno Ressha came with a more scaled down version that this combination could wield. Alternatively, you could make a more standard combination that would basically be called ToQ-Oh Denliner. By reverting it back to the normal ToQ-Oh. Just like this. Then removing the front cards to yellow and pink Ressha. And replacing them with the 2 Deno Ressha cards. Or something like that. And with a little bit of imagination, you could pretend that these are kind of like laser cannons or something. Although unfortunately, because they are designed to not have any kind of inner mechanisms, they don't have, the cannon piece like the actual Denliner has. But still an interesting combination. And also, because they have these clips on the side, you can use them to make a new version of ToQ-Oh that uses these two. And you could additionally use the Kyoryuger Ressha as well. There we go. Now this is not the first cross promotion or kind of toy line crossing item for the Kamen Rider Super Sentai series. That would go to the Kamen Rider O's Ranger keys that were made for Superhero Taisen. And there have been similar key sets for later team-up films. But this is the first one that seems intuitive, because ToQ-Oh is a train-themed Sentai, and Masked Rider Deno was a train-themed rider. So in that sense, it makes sense to take one of the trains from Deno and then turn it to a train for the ToQ-Ohs. But as far as these go themselves, I'm a little bit iffy on them as whether or not I can really recommend them. The thing is that they just create, for ToQ-Oh, you either do a standard combination where they are, basically arms and you don't do any transformations for them, or they become legs and ToQ-Oh doesn't get a new weapon. And the other thing about them is, okay, yes, they are good for the sounds in the ToQ Changer, but it is the same generic sounds you get out of the Super Sentai Ressha, with the exception of the, basically the words it says. And as I have shown, it doesn't compare to the Action Liner series version of the Denliner. If you want a good Denliner toy, then I'd say to go after the Denliner Goka rather than this. Really, I'd say it's something to where if you want to get it, pick it up, but it's not a must. But thankfully, this isn't expensive. It's basically within the same price range as the Super Sentai Ressha. So, if that's something that's affordable for you and this does pique your interest, then I'd say sure, go for it, but it's not the kind of thing that is a must for a ToQ-Oh collection. So, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and check out my channel for more videos. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.